Hello friends, and welcome to a different location for a different video as well. This is going to be everything I've knit. I was going to do in 2024, but considering this is my first knitting video ever, I said I'd just show you all my hand knits. Now there are plenty of things I have knit that I have given away or have worn out, or like I just didn't like, so I gave them to someone else, and then gifts for other people as well. So this isn't a collective everything I have knit in my lifetime video. I was taught to knit when I was a child by my mammy, thanks mammy, and I didn't really get into knitting at first, and I got more into crochet, and I crocheted loads of different things. That can be a whole video in and of itself. And I also quilt. You know, probably around 2018 is when I properly got into knitting and started enjoying it more. So everything you see here is knitted either from everything here is from at least 2018 onwards. I am a particularly fussy knitter. I'm also not the best knitter in the world. I'm pretty easy when it comes to mistakes. If it doesn't bother me, then I won't go back and fix it. They're just for me. And most people won't be able to spot a knitting mistake if they see one anyways. Sorry, we have a guest here. Come on. They sound funny as well, I apologise. If you watched my other videos, you know that I'm still recovering from a flu, so I'm still not okay. just put it lightly. Let's get into it. These are in somewhat of a chronological order. I don't keep notes on my knitting because until I came to make this video, I actually never even considered putting my knitwear online. Like, I share what I'm knitting on my stories on Instagram, but people actually seem to be very interested in learning what I have to say about knitting or seeing what I'm into or what I'm up to with knitting. So I just thought this was a fun little aside video. So let's get started. So this was knit probably in around, I feel like this was knit sometime maybe 2019. This is the Austar Poncho by Brooklyn Tweed, and I have no clue what I've knitted in because, as I said, I don't keep notes on my knitting. So I don't wear that one an awful lot. I wear it occasionally when I'm like really cold around the house or something, and I really am like wanting something cozy to wrap me up. But I don't think it's actually the most flattering fit on me. I think I look really dumpy. I'm a very short person as well. It makes me look quite top heavy, even though I would say I'm not very top heavy, and I am bottom heavy though. So when I look top heavy on my top and I am bottom heavy on my bottom, I look really short and stout, and it's an unflattering look on me. So you'll see it as the try on video I'll probably have going now, but I'm a big fan of this one. I liked knitting it and it was fun to make, but I just don't like it on me, so it's kind of reserved for sort of a cozy around the house type jumper. The next one is the Hillside Cardigan by Ashley Lillis, I think is how you say her name. This I've knit very cropped, and this jumper gets a lot of wear. I can't remember what I knit it in, but it's a lovely crop v-neck jumper with sort of, you'll see like balloony sleeves here. It's very worn, and I need to buy a pill shaver definitely to shave off all my pills. That gets a lot of wear. I like that jumper a lot. I would be tempted to knit it again sometime, but you'll see here I only have one knit that I've repeated, and I very rarely repeat knits because I like trying out loads of different things all the time. I would recommend that. It's an easy knit. It didn't take long. The next one, this is Ratty. This is the Need to Have cardigan by Brenda Lamma. And this is knitted in like some sort of Lion brand, like super chunky tweed. And I loved the yarn, but it doesn't hold up well. It, like, you'll see here, it's like just all pilly and fluffy, and I have learned since, and I think I don't have anything else in chunky wool since, but that I actually don't like knitting in chunky wool just because of how they last or something. I don't know. I have some chunky wool that I do need to use up, so it inevitably will be knitted with again in the future, but I prefer finer knit things, even though they're torturous and take forever. That cardigan is also sort of a cozy cardigan for around the house and isn't very fashionable. It was at the start and I loved wearing it and I got compliments on it, but it's just, I think if I was to knit it again, I would knit it in a better quality wool. I also knit the Crisscross Applesauce sweater by Brenda Lamb as well. I actually don't have that anymore because I hated it on me, and I just thought the wool was too chunky. I just don't think I like how very chunky wool looks on me, and I just don't think it was very flattering on me, and it ended up being kind of donated as a bed for my cats. And then one of my cats was really sick. He got pee all over it, so that was the end of that jumper. The next one that we have here, this is, I'm sure if you are anyone who has ever watched any sort of knitting content online, you've seen this jumper. It is the Halot Sweater by Caitlin Hunter, and this is it. I love it, but I have some issues with the construction of it. The sleeves, for one, I hate these tight sleeves. I knitted it as the pattern said, but were I to knit it again, I wouldn't decrease so much. And also the hem, she's kind of like wobbly or something. The hem is kind of wobbly, and I probably would decrease a little bit just to bring it in at the hem a little bit. This is knit in Rowan Felted Tweed double knit in the colour black and the colour clay. Although in my mind, I don't know if it picks it up on camera, there's blue flecks in both of these, and because of that it comes across blue in real life. But this has been washed several times, it's been worn loads, and the wool itself has held up really well, so I like that knit quite a bit. The next one is probably one of my favourite knits I've ever knitted. This is the Lucia Pullover by Sari Nordland, and you can see here, I'll get up, yeah, there you go, you can see it well in the light there. I love this. I love doing the complex cabling work. I thoroughly enjoyed working on this. This is knit in wash merino held together with mohair. So the superwash merino is by Life in the Long Grass, and it is in the colour Grove. And then the mohair that I held it together with, Kid Silk Mohair by Hedgehog Fibres in the colour Swamp. And I love this mossy green, and with the details of the cabling, it's so stunning. It's so soft and lovely to wear, and I adore it. This is probably definitely one of my favourite knits. I'm working on the Iris pullover now though, and that's going to be a close second. I told you I don't knit much doubles, but I have a single double here. Oh, that looks so much stripier on camera than it does in real life. Wow, it looks a lot more kind of just marled or something in real life. This is the Airy Cardigan by Fable Knitwear. So this is knit with 2 strands of mohair held double, and it is a gorgeous, fluffy, lightweight jumper or cardigan, and it has sleeves with elastic. You feed some elastic through here, and you end up with these gorgeous balloony princessy sleeves. You'll see it on me, but I love these. I think they're really nice for kind of a lighter knit, like in the summertime or something like that. I live in Ireland, so obviously we don't get extremely hot weather in the summer or anything like that, so you tend to need a cardigan with you most of the time. So I love this. Now this is knit in Surrey Silk, and I can't remember the colourway or the brand, but I remember the fact that the brand has gone out of business now, so you won't be able to get this now. It was 2 sisters, and they were at the London Knitting and Stitching show, and they were lovely. I was talking to them, but they no longer make this, or they no longer dye yarn anyways, so you can't get it. But I would say I think a pretty decent substitute for this would be the colourway Seed by Hedgehog Fibres. I think is quite similar. You don't get as much nice kind of like deep browns like this in the Seed one, but you do get lots of sort of pinks, so you can get the kind of pinky tones that's in this one overall. And the next one that I have is, so this is the same pattern again, this is the Airy Cardigan, but I wanted a dark version for just to make easy outfits, and this is knitted in Townhouse yarn, the Vera lace in the colourway Bonfire, and they are gorgeous, lovely, lovely, soft cardigan, and I love this. I get a lot of wear out of the two of them. They're kind of my go-to to throw on over like a dress or skirts in the summertime, just to, in the evening especially, like it's just a little bit chilly. It's nice to just throw one of those on and you still look nice. This is jacket number 1 by My Favourite Things Knitwear. I hate this. No fault of the pattern, it's more so my own fault. You'll see it probably a lot better when I actually show you the try on. I think you can see there. Can you see the way it's greener here than it is up here? This is knit in the colourway Remise, I think is how you pronounce it, by Life in the Long Grass, held together with Remise in Kids Like Mohair as well. And I ran out of the sport weight and the mohair probably like halfway through, I think. Yeah, just before I got to the bottom, here is exactly. So I knit all the body, and then exactly here I ran out and I had to order more, and because they're hand-dyed wool, this was a lot more greener than the original shade, so it ended up not looking nice, and I don't know, I'm not happy with my choice of colourway in general with it. So again, this has been relegated to a bit of a, it sits on the back of my door on my bedroom, so that if I have to get up in the middle of the night for anything, I can just throw this on. So it's not very pretty, but it's a knit that I knit. The pattern was fine, it's just my fault with not calculating my yarn usage correctly, and also just not picking appropriate yarn. I wouldn't say the yarn isn't nice, but it's just not what I was hoping for in my brain, so I don't know why I picked it. This is the Willa cardigan by Sari Nordland, and it's lovely and I love it, but the only thing is I'm not a huge fan of the neckline on this. My only beef with this cardigan. Otherwise, I love the cardigan. I love the colour I picked. The colour is actually a custom dyed colourway by Fine Leaf Fibres, purpley bluey with like hints of pink. Superwash merino and Kids Like Mohair held together. This is the Moonflower Pullover by Sari Nordland. Can you tell I like Sari Nordland patterns? There's a theme here. I actually think this is the last one, but I have a whip on my needles as well first. This is in the recycled yarn. I think it's the recycled yarn by Hedgehog Fibres. Again, I love heavy cable work, and I love a good moss stitch as well. This one I find a little bit itchy is the only thing, because I think the collar is quite tight on my neck, and I actually messed up my bind off and it's come loose. I really enjoyed working on this and I like how it looks. I just don't seem to reach for it that often. It's probably because of the colour, I think, and the slight itchiness throws me off. This is one of my favourite knits. I know it can be a little bit controversial because I think sometimes people give out that the raglan sleeves cut in, but I find they don't actually. This is the Arctic Light sweater by Kutova, and I love it. I really love it. It definitely is one of my favourite makes. Again, all over cabling. You can see a big fat mistake I made here that I didn't realise until several rows down, and that's what I was talking about with saying that when I make mistakes I'm kind of lazy and I just let them be because I'm wearing them for me, and that's on the back so I won't see it. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't exist. This is knit in Hobby yarn in Dulce colour 102 and Venetia colour 2013, but I really like the yarn as well. This is very soft and very comfortable to wear, so yay. This you're gonna look at things and think, oh my god, she's crazy. This is the Twigs Sweater by Junko Okamoto, and this is, yeah, it's an all over colourwork jumper, and as you can see I made it massive. So what I did was, I think I knit, I don't know what size I knit with it, but it calls for fingering and I knitted in DK, so that's why it's huge. But I wanted something that was really big. Like imagine like a massive jumper that you can just kind of wear with leggings and you just look cozy, and it's, I've been wearing it the last couple of days. I've actually never blocked this either, so don't touch me. And I know for a fact I haven't made mistakes in the colour work somewhere up here, so also don't judge me. Yeah. Plenty of mistakes. I think this was my first all over colour work. First all over colour work versus just a yoke. So it's huge. Like, it is huge, but that's just a matter of personal taste. Obviously if you knit it with the correct sized yarn you won't knit something ridiculously big. But I knit that in Sirdar Hayworth tweed, double knit in the colours bronze, cotton grass, cream and stone. I didn't enjoy knitting with that yarn. It felt sticky. It felt like there was some sort of residue on it, and it wasn't like, you know, the nice lanolin residue. It felt sticky. I didn't enjoy the feel of that yarn on my needles. I was really sick of this. I like set this off my needles for like a few months and kind of forgot all about it, and then I came back and finished it out of pure ignorance, really. But that is I love it now. I just didn't enjoy the process of knitting it. I'm not sure why. I think the main reason was the wool itself. And there was another thing about the pattern in the chart that I didn't like. It was low enough contrast that it was kind of hard to count. So it was like two dark colours. So when you printed out the squares for the brown, which obviously the majority of this jumper is brown, the lines were also a dark colour, which made it hard to distinguish like how many stitches am I doing, and I'd have to like really look hard at it to try and see what was my thing. So I messed up counting, and I think I put my own grade over it in the end just so I could see more clear definition. Maybe that's just a me problem, maybe I'm just an idiot or something, but that was it. I just didn't enjoy knitting it. It's not like it's a bad pattern, obviously it's stunning and it turned out great, but I don't know, I just didn't have fun with it. So this is the last kind of jumpery cardigan thing we have here, and this is the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan by Catherine Seeberger. Don't ask me what yarn I used for this. I ordered a bunch of different sock yarns because I like knitting socks and I use them up spare anyways. And the main one is knit in Seed. This is Seed by Hedgehog Fibers. That's kind of like the main background, but then you can see I have kind of luminous ones. They're from a variety of places, so to list all them out, I don't even know anymore where I got them all from, but that was a big undertaking. I really enjoyed it. I like how it came together in the end. I just haven't got a chance to wear it much. So the last few things are stocky socks. I'm not going to name out the exact colours for each of the yarns and stuff like these because some of them are a total mix. Some of them I don't even remember. My first pair of colourwork socks, and this is where I kind of realised that I need to pick more contrasting yarns together, because believe it or not, these are supposed to be chevrons and squares, and you can't tell that at all. These are knit in, I know this is Sweet Pea by Hedgehog Fibers, this pinky multicoloured one, and then the light blue is, I feel like, I don't even think it's sock yarn, some random skein of a drops yarn that I had lying around for some other project that I abandoned at some point. Sorry, those are the Mischief socks by Carolina Adamczyk. Now these look miserable until you put them on your feet, and then okay, you can kind of see here. These are the Little Check socks by Summerlee Designs, and I get so much wear of these. I love these. When you knit them, they kind of squish together like this, but when you actually put them on your feet, they stretch out and they look a lot more like a nice gingham. So you can do it anywhere you want. You could do it like multicolored, but I chose like a white, a light purple, and like a mid purple. I think the white is Pine from Hedgehog Fibers. The light purple I know is a colour from Hedgehog Fibers as well, and this bright purple is from Vera Yarn Designs. Don't ask me what colour by though, because I haven't a clue. These are my favourite socks I've ever knit. I love these so much. These are Strawberry Thieves by Lumi Carmista, and they are these gorgeous little mice in with some strawberries. I believe that the two shades of green are Hedgehog Fibers, and I think this pink with the neon in it, I believe, is Ladybug Yarn Designs. These I kind of knit too small for myself and they don't fit me, but they're knitted now and I'm not going to unknit them. These are the Gingerbread Socks, and this is in the Whimsical Christmas Sock Set by Stone Knits, and this is just a very happy, cute, Christmassy sock thing. I can get as far as the heel, I think, and then I think getting my foot past this little line here is an issue for me. I'm determined. To be fair, I haven't given it a good whack. I haven't shoved my foot in there, so I think that perhaps in the future I could fit my foot in there. Wool is the Gingerbread Sock Set from Ladybug Yarns. Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm so cringe. Our final pair of socks is the Chloe socks by Ginger and Thyme. As you can see, they are a little crescent moon with stars, and they just fade away. So these get a good bit of wear out of me as well. They're slightly big. I knit them on too big of a needle because all these apart from the very first one, all these socks were kind of knit during like a sock knitting frenzy that I had within like a few weeks of each other. So that was my sock knitting frenzy. They look better on camera than they do in real life, I have to say. I feel like in real life you cannot tell that that's a crescent moon at all. It kind of just looks like blobs. Again, this is me using more of that skein of the Sweet Pea from Hedgehog Fibres, and the dark bluey purpley, that's really nice yarn, and has bits of like neon in it as well. I thought it kind of looked like night sky, so that's why I chose it. That's also from Vera Yarn Designs. That's my big old pile of knitting. Currently knitting the book club cardigan. Stopped knitting that because I just ran out of the mohair to hold with the other yarn for it, but I now ordered the mohair and it arrived, so I have to start that again. And I'm also currently knitting the Iris pullover, which is so gorgeous. Oh my god, it was my first time steeking. I've never steeked before that, and that was nerve-wracking, let me tell you that. It was very scary, but I love it. I really do love how that turned out. I have like 20 centimeters more to go on knitting the body, so that's not going to be done for a wee while yet. And I also bought wool to knit the Fortuna's Wheel pullover, and I got Drops Nord in just a black and a cream, or I think black and cream, black and white, but I don't know if it's cream or white. Let's see. But if I like how that turns out, I'm really tempted to knit it in a similar colourway to these socks here. So I'm thinking maybe imagine it in like a nice dark green and bright pink. I think that would look so cool. So yeah, that's my current knitting. I might, if you like seeing my knitting, let me know. I know I'm mainly an art channel. I know I had that video on making my wedding dress, but I really enjoy what other people are knitting. I really enjoy seeing it, and clearly I enjoy making many things. That's a crocheted blanket that I've had since I was in college. I think I made it. This is a quilt that I made, and I dabble in a bit of long arm quilting, and then knitting I'd say is my main crafty hobby. Obviously my job is making art and being an artist, so it's nice to have creative hobbies that aren't painting because that's my job, so I need an outlet like this. I also love doing cross stitch and a little bit of embroidery, and of course crochet, quilting, and sewing clothes. I also have some fabric. I actually looked in my sewing press is like right here beside me, and I looked in it the other day and I saw that I knew I had bought material to make a lovely shirt, and I was like, okay, I know I need to make that. Then I saw I also bought material to make a full jumpsuit. I had no idea that was in there, so that's definitely on my to be made list this year. But yes, if you liked seeing these videos, or if you liked seeing my knitwear and you're interested in seeing more from me, maybe seeing like a whip print, that's something they do on cross stitch floss tube, sorry. But yeah, if you want to just see what I'm making and what my plans are, maybe I'll do like plans for this year, or walk through everything that's on my needles and how I'm feeling about it, or even sewing plans or cross stitch plans, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't judge me too harshly because I'm a knitter who just does it as a hobby. I'm not trying to be perfect, I do it for fun, so if you're like, wow, she's really bad at knitting, don't stress about it. I know I'm not a perfect knitter by any means, but it's just a hobby I love doing, and if people want to see what I knit, I want to see what I knit. So yes, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you all soon for a new video. The next one's going to be art. If I do make this a normal thing, it's going to go art video, craft video. We do arts and crafts on this channel. Okay, I'll see you soon for my new video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, give it a like and subscribe. so that Molly won't cry.
Maggie, can you give me a big kiss? Thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful day, and let me know what you're knitting or crafting or making in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Bye.